Since the discovery of wave riders in Polynesian culture, contemporary surfing has grown into an international phenomenon with about 23 million people hitting the waves worldwide. From business magnates and politicians to yogis and off-gridders, surfing has become a way of life for a vast array of people who find exuberance and solace in the oceans that bind our continents. Ageless Summer is a character-driven slice-of-life documentary capturing the remarkable friendship between two unique people. Living in the picturesque Cape Peninsula, this film chronicles their vastly contrasting lives bound by a common passion, surfing.
My name is Massimo Abadimu Magaman. I'm the MD of Emergent South Africa, based in Sea Point, Cape Town. We're an asset manager and a property manager. We run approximately 30 billion of assets under management. That's what I do in a nutshell.
My name's Steve N. Bartlow. My name's Stephen Bartlow, and What am I? What do I do? What do I do? I look after my girls. Sometimes. I've recently invested in a farm in Neisner, and we're harvesting the trees. I just bought a sawmill, so I'm going to foresting.
Steve is an old hippie friend of mine. And I think the attraction there is that we're complete opposites. He's a hippie yogi and I'm an investment banker. He's a very authentic individual. And I'd like to think I'm very authentic in how I live the world and how I do things. And he struck me as someone real, and his perspectives of the world are very different. And he's very in touch with his feelings, and he's very genuine.
Who is this person, Massimo, in your opinion, from what you gauge from his energy? What kind of person do you think he is?
Oh, he's a very dynamic person who knows how to play the game and knows what's going on, very perceptive. I think he also has a bit of he's very curious about spirituality, which is maybe what made him interested in doing anything with me.
Massimo was born in Soweto during the height of apartheid. At the age of 10, he went to live in Alexandra Township with his father, the prominent anti-apartheid activist Arthur Magaman.
I grew up a hard life in the ghettos, Alexandra Township, Soweto. Studied hard, went to the States, got tuition waivers, equivalent of scholarships. Did my undergrad there, did my MBA, started working. And I've never really played, I've never really questioned, besides the survival instinct. I've never been able to question different things, what the world's all about, and really explore it.
Besides turning a profit, Massimo feels very strongly about playing a transformative role in the South African financial and business sectors. He is a patriot through and through and loves his country dearly. When he isn't jetting around the world, he enjoys spending time with his family. Born to descendants of Polish immigrants in New Jersey, Stephen grew up in a typical white bread suburb to the sounds of Jimi Hendrix and the ideals of the revolutionary hippie movement. After school, he traveled in search of the meaning of life, crossing the globe from Hawaii to Nepal, and eventually finding himself in India. Fate, it seems, had a hand to play, and Stephen spent the following 23 years in the ashram of a spiritual guru, learning Hindi, Sanskrit, and the practice of meditation.
I really wanted to play because I never kind of got the chance to do that in my life. I lived in an ashram, more or less a monk's life, from the age of 22 to 45. So there was no like bar hopping, and there was no partying, there was no picking up women, none of that, you know, for my entire adult life, really. Then when I left the ashram, I just cut loose. I was like a party animal. I never heard trance before. So I just wanted to go out and party and meet as many women as I possibly could, and for having meaningful relationships with.
Connecting with people in spiritual spaces, Stephen teaches various aspects and insights of Eastern philosophies. South Africa has grown on him. He prides himself in being able to see the beauty between the lines, undeterred by the socio-economic challenges gripping the country. And just like Masimu, when he isn't working, he's surfing. Mas and Steve first connected through their daughters, who attend the same school. Bumping into each other at several parent-teacher events, their mutual love for surfing quickly became apparent.
I just remember our first weekend when we went surfing at Mussey's place at Eland's Bay.
The one memory I have of Steve is waking up in the morning and he says, "Where are my car keys?" Like, well, we don't know where your car keys are. I says, "Okay, let me go out and check in my car." And he left his car idling the whole night with the keys inside.
It's actually good for your engine to do that once in a while.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Before long, a budding friendship started to blossom. Discussions around a mission to discover unusual surfing destinations evolved into the desire to document such a trip. And so, Ageless Summer was born. Inspired by the classic 1960s documentary Endless Summer, the idea is to explore uncharted territories and gain profound insights by connecting with the global surfing community. Traveling to unusual locations in Africa, Asia, and South America, Mas and Steve yearn to interact with people from other cultures, seeing where they surf and getting to know their customs, as well as fishing, partying, and philosophizing together.
Some mai. Eating your own kill tastes better than anything else I've ever tasted, bro. I can't get any precious, bro. Living out in the ocean, going out to hunt, eating the success of your hunt.
Yeah, get involved. ISSGV.
The sashimi.
Come on, join us and glide and feel satisfied.
That's how you eat that?
That's raw tuna, and then we're gonna start snapper, etc. on the barbecue.
Being an African and being a proud South African, I'd like to highlight the positives of South Africa and the positives of Africa as a whole. I think they have so much to offer, but they haven't been discovered. The African coastline is just filled with waves that are surfable and have never been surfed. We'll be part of those explorers who go out there and discover the positives.
I'd really like to see Alex with you.
Yeah, come to Alexandra Township.
That would be awesome.
We'll go for a nice chisanyama, and I'll show you where I grew up.
And if we route through New York, would you want to stop in New York?
Yeah, I mean, I studied
Yeah.
in New
So
Jersey.
we'll go to
so,
Newark and,
yeah.
and like see your old haunt in Newark, and
See
then
old friends.
see where I was born and brought home.
Oh, that would be nice.
And my mother is still there if you want to meet my mom.
The never-ending pursuit of catching that perfect wave brings daily challenges to overcome. From battling unpredictable elements and weather patterns to dealing with old injuries which resurface.
I decided to go out at Cock Bay Reef, and then a wave came, my first wave. So I come down the wave in a little bit at an angle, and the wave just lifted me and rolled me over and crashed down on top of me. And I felt my head hit the floor of the reef.
For me, at 47, a lot of things are converging to a central point, and one's on the physical level, because at 47, your body starts giving in. So all my ailments over the past 20 years and injuries are showing up now, and my body can't handle it. And I've got 2 impending operations, one on my foot, because my foot's completely rolled in, my ankle, and one on my knee, and I feel pains in my joints. So all this is converging, whilst at the same time, on a spiritual level, I'm seeking more.
Surfing is incredibly taxing on certain points in the body, particularly the neck, the lower back, and the shoulders. I injured all of them. I started to have to get therapy for my body just so I could surf, and then I would have a few months surfing and then something else would go wrong. So actually I found out that you have to be in shape to surf. Now I'm feeling probably younger than when I started surfing, and even in better shape than I've been in since I was in my 40s or even younger. So it's been working.
Beyond the rubber and fiberglass, Ageless Summer is the inspirational journey of reclaiming a missed youth. It is a story about passion, commitment, determination, and pushing oneself beyond challenging circumstances.
I came of age just as the hippie movement was dying off in the early 70s. And for me it was all about peace and love and getting back to the land and getting back to nature. That was the essence of what was called the hippie movement, right? So I thought, you know what, I'm going to represent the change of consciousness that came about in the 60s and bring those hippie values into the 21st century.
I think the fascination between the two of us was that we were so different, and yet we were attracted to the water and surfing. And I wanted to explore his experiences, what he's done in his life, and I spent some time asking him a lot of questions. And I think the questions were poignant because I'm reaching at a time and an age in my life where I'm questioning the meaning of my life and existence. And I was like, hey, we both love surfing, we both love traveling. Let's travel the world and ask each other more questions as we surf. And he was keen, and I'm keen, and that's what we're doing.
It's a statement. It's saying, look, there's another way of doing things. You don't have to conform. You don't have to hold on so tightly to your conservative values. Actually, what we need now is a lot of flexibility in thought and in our actions, to bring about a more intelligent way of doing things.
If you have a sense of playfulness that's perhaps lying dormant there, that's been forgotten, I hope this movie ignites that. It's about you. It's about enjoying the moment. And it's a wonderful form of escape and questioning.
Set against the backdrop of glistening waves and magnificent landscapes, Ageless Summer is a quest to celebrate life and to live each moment consciously and to the fullest. In a world wrought by so much negativity, it's important to balance the status quo with some lightheartedness and good, clean fun. Ageless Summer is just that, a thought-provoking film about different people coming together to share the human experience on this beautiful planet we call home.
Be prepared for the coming storm, coming storm. Jasper, the time has come. Come on.